Hey everybody, what is going on? This is Orv3NWO bringing you another Call of Duty gameplay, and this time we are going to play some domination on Downhill, which I will probably call Downturn at some point in this commentary, with the new Peacekeeper gun that comes in the DLC. I believe it's called the Revolution DLC pack. I have a lot to talk about. First of all, just a quick review of the DLC. The maps look really cool. I love the colors. I haven't gotten to play the zombie mode yet, the new zombie mode or the new zombie map, Die Rise, but I've heard that those are amazing. I've heard that those are almost standalone-ish, that they're so good. So I'm really excited about trying that. Most of this is going to be about the multiplayer stuff, the guns and the maps. This gameplay, let me say right away, is going to be a little slow-paced. Half the team quits out. There's been a lot of problems with Xbox Live today because, I'm guessing because so many people have been downloading this map pack and everything and playing. So there's been a lot of people quitting out, and not necessarily quitting out, but getting kicked out. I've been kicked out quite a few times. I know I was reading that Redneck and a few other guys like that have been getting just booted like crazy because of Xbox Live. So be aware of that and just realize that that can and probably will happen to you tonight. But let's talk about the gun and the maps and all of that. The maps look really cool. I haven't played them enough to really tell you, oh, these are great maps. These are going to be perfect. These are going to be great. These are going to be game saving or anything like that. But they look awesome. The colors are done really well. Usually snow maps are really drab and just gray and dumb. This snow map here is super bright, and you can see the enemies pretty well on it. There are a few where it seems tougher to see enemies. That seems like there's some light in your eyes all the time. I will say that this area right here seems to be where a lot of the fighting is done in this map, and I think it will be even more so the further we go. Also, these little, I just passed them, the what are those called? Ski lifts will kill you, so stay away from the ski lifts. If they hit you, you're dead. Maybe not going this way, but I know going the other way that you die. So, I really like this map. It's pretty big, it's pretty open. Inside the houses is where you're going to see most of your submachine gun play, I would say. Out in the open, it's pretty wide, so be ready for people that are going to try and snipe across these windows here that I just looked at. Assault rifles would be a good choice in this map as well. You can really get away with anything. The map that I've had the most trouble seeing people on has been Mirage. That map, which I actually kind of like the map and the setup, but I've had a couple times where it seems like the sun was in my eyes or whatever, so I don't know if that's something they can change later or if it's just me. I don't know. I haven't got to play a ton of the maps. Hydro is another one that I really want to play more, because every game that I've gotten on Hydro so far has ended like right in the center of it for some reason. So I really want to get in one from the start with a couple of friends that know what they're doing and try that map again, because it's interesting. There are a ton of different places you can go under and over on Hydro, so that's pretty cool. This map, I really like it. It is bigger though, so that's one drawback that I feel to some of the maps. I've gotten to where I like really small maps. This one is bigger, it's more spread out, but there are some little places where you can do, some closer fighting, like these buildings. There's quite a few of these buildings around. There are also a couple little jump spots that are throughout. Nothing that I've found that's really crazy yet. Now, right there, I'm aiming it right now. That's a little hiding place, I guess, in your spawn if you want to go. And I'd have to look, but I think you can probably take aircraft out from there. You can shoot stuff down from back there while you're relatively safe. It'd be a nice little place to camp for a second if you're getting spawn trapped as well. For the most part, this one is pretty straightforward and open. There's not a lot of underground things or hidden passageways or anything like that. It's a pretty straightforward map. You got the windows here overlooking B flag and Dom. And that's pretty much it. Wide open space. There is a big trail on my left right now, all the way around the map on the left side. It reminds me a lot of, oh dang, what was that map? The snow map on Modern Warfare 3. Crud. With the bunkers. It had the bunker in the back and the airplane, like airplane, golly, I can't remember. Anyways, it had a huge trail on the left side of the map as well. It's very much like that map. There are a couple little, like you can take the right side of this. There's a few little places where you can go and be off the beaten path, I guess you'd say. One thing that I will say right now while you're playing, just be ready for a lot of jerky players and for a lot of inconsistent lag and things like that. It does feel like I'm getting one hit killed from the Peacekeeper a lot. And there are a lot of people that are running like full clans and just tack insert spawn trapping the crap out of everyone. So just be aware of that jumping into it. That's kind of how it's going to be for the first week of DLC. It always is. It'll get better. It will, I promise. Now let's talk a little bit about the Peacekeeper. I think I've gotten it to about, let me actually look. I can look right now. Dang no. The Peacekeeper, I have gotten to about level 8 or 10. I can't look because this is another little glitch that has been happening. If you select the Peacekeeper as a weapon in your, whatever created class slot you use, if you do get kicked during a game, or it seems almost random, it will just switch that Peacekeeper to an MTAR. So be ready for that. Be aware that that can happen. Don't automatically go in thinking that you're going to get your Peacekeeper, because maybe you don't. I don't know. I really haven't figured out why that's happening yet. But anyways, when I was playing this morning, I only played about 3 games. Not a single person in the game was using anything other than the Peacekeeper. That was the only gun being used. Now it's already settled down a bit. People have realized, well, it's not really better than my MP7 or my PDW, but it is a cool gun. It is, I would say, people were saying it's a cross between an assault rifle and a submachine gun. I kind of get that, I guess. It is slightly higher damage, seems to have pretty low recoil. The only problem is you only get 30 bullets in a clip. So, I mean, you're better off with just sticking with the PDW and not having to waste a point on extended mags or fast mags. I would say that if you're planning on running and gunning with it and being in the fight all the time, you need fast mags or extended mag, one of the two. It doesn't really have a super high fire rate, but if you kill 2 people, you pretty much need to reload. That's about how it is. The recoil does seem very low, especially if you're not getting shot. It seems kind of hectic, more so than the other submachine guns. If a guy is trying to return fire, I don't know what that is. It may just be me, but the hipfire seems good. It's hard to tell what it really is because it's such a dual type weapon, but I'm really impressed by it. I like it. I think that the original camo on it might be the coolest camo that you can get for it. I'm gonna keep it on this. They call it a UN. I think they call it a UN white. I'm gonna keep it on this till I get to like Bloodshot or something. That thing is awesome looking, I think. Has pretty cool iron sights too. Looks kind of like an old ACR's iron sight, and this gun works a lot like an ACR with less damage and maybe a little more recoil. In other people's hands, this thing seems to be just doing work. In my hands, I feel better with an MSMC or a Vector or a PDW, really almost any of the other ones aside from the Scorpion. But I think it's going to be a cool gun to play around with. I'm really excited to see what they decide to bring out in the next DLC. Maybe we'll get an assault rifle, maybe we'll get a shotty, I don't know. But it'll be cool to see what they do. That's really about it. I still got a little bit left in the gameplay. I'm trying to think of what else I can tell you about this map or the other maps. I'm going to try and get some more gameplays from the maps. It's tough right now because I do keep getting kicked off Xbox Live every 2 games or so it's hard to get a rhythm. But as soon as I get some gameplays up in those, I will post them. I hope if you have downloaded this if you've downloaded this DLC, I would love to hear what you think about it. You think it's fun? You think it's terrible? How would you rank it against other DLCs you've got in the past? I'd like to hear it. And if you have any thoughts on the Peacekeeper, I'd love to hear what you think on that as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.